everyone! My name's Floral, and I'm so glad that you're here today. I just want to ask you to, before we begin, to like and subscribe, and yeah, we'll go from there. But anyway, so one of the big things that you guys are all aware of probably is up here in Canada, we got a lot of going on, and so what I did is, in light of all the don't know if I could say the word protest here on YouTube. Hey, Susan, are you listening? Can we talk about protests? Will my bank account be frozen if I ask about this? Susan, you listening? All right. So anyway, I reached out to a lawyer up here in Canada. Maybe you've seen him on Viva Frey. Maybe you've seen him on the Twitters. At David Anber. His name is David Anber, and he's a criminal lawyer up here in Canada. I believe he practices out of Ottawa. So he's pretty aware of what's going on. I know he has clients actually from the protests that are going on, and so I reached out to him and I asked him a simple question. Well, a couple questions, but I'll tell you what I said, and then I'll read you his responses. All right, this is me, can you do a post about whether the courts in Canada are bought or appointed by Trudeau, and that's why we're not seeing much legal action fighting the government, provincially or federally, the last 2 years. I'm generally asking if this is the case. Rumors and opinions abound. We want to have the real information here. I get it. You might not be able to address this question without damaging your career, blah, 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 blah. But maybe you have some trustworthy sources I can look into. I appreciate all you're doing, saying, and fighting for. So that was the context in which I asked the question. All right, so I don't want to hide anything. I don't want to hide the ball or anything. I just want to operate with integrity and give you guys the information. So what I did is waited and hoped for a response, and he quickly delivered within 30 minutes. It was pretty impressive. So David Anber, well done. Well done. I'm very impressed with you. And so I'm going to read you his response. The Supreme Court, Federal Court, Superior Courts in each province, and the Court of Appeal of each province are appointed by the federal government. Many judges are Trudeau appointees, but I believe many more are Harper appointees and even a couple of Chrétien or Paul Martin appointees still floating around. The provincial and municipal courts are appointed by provincial governments. Just to give context, here in Ontario, 99% of criminal cases will go through the provincial court at some point, and close to 90% of them will never enter Superior Court. Family, civil, small claims all differ from province to province, with the provincial courts doing most of the work overall, say 60 to 70%. Unlike the US, there is less ideology from the judges. That's not to say that there's none, but it's far less pronounced, and, more often than not, at least in criminal law, the divide between the pro-law and order and convictions, and by default, the government on one hand versus pro-individual rights and freedoms and holding the institutions to account on the other hand. In fact, the Conservatives are usually in the first group, and the first group is the majority since, for reasons that take way too long to explain, former prosecutors are a most frequent appointee, although I've seen numerous examples of former prosecutors who've gone hard on becoming in favor of individual rights, and former defense lawyers who became through on crime, or became the one crime. And he finished off with saying, overall, my experience is that the bench of judges in Ontario and Quebec are very professional and impartial in criminal case, and despite their differences, have an open mind on the legal issues before them. So that's actually really good news. Most of us were pretty depressed about what's going on. At least I think it's most of us. A lot of us, at the very least. We're very depressed. We're very scared about Canada's future. And, so this should give us some hope that there are judges, at least in the criminal sense. So when we're looking at all the protests, we're looking at what's going on. A lot of the judges, they're actually going to approach this with integrity. They're going to approach this with an open mind, open heart, and listen to all the facts, look at the information, and I actually believe that because of that, we're actually going to see a lot of judges let people go because the right to protest is real. There is nothing really egregious about what the protesters in Ottawa are doing. I mean, maybe they were annoying, maybe they were frustrating to people. But after countless hours of live stream watching, it's hard to come to the conclusion that they're a bunch of violent white supremacist people. Because they're not. So, there's that. But, yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that update. That's what's going on up here. That's what a criminal lawyer, again, David Anber, at David Anber on Twitter, had to say. And so, David, if ever you watch this, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to respond to me and giving me your thoughts and opinions on that. And if you are in the area of him and you happen to have a need, I'm sure he'd appreciate your business. All right, so we're looking at the Obi-Wan series that's going on, and yeah, it's gonna be a crapshoot. Why? Well, as it turns out, according to this article, it says Obi-Wan's important mission in the series will be to rescue Leia after she finds herself in trouble at only 10 years old. She's said to be a prisoner at a cantina-like establishment that will feature aliens and creatures both new and old. So, due to the creativity of Disney, Princess Leia is going to get stuck in, like, Mos Eisley or something. The show's going to suck. What do you think, Wilton?
Well, I think that it's actually going to be pretty good. I think that you're basically being sexist, the way that you're talking over there, and I think that Disney, they've been very capable, like with the Book of Boba Fett, and they really care about their properties,
right.
and
And so yeah, it's just confirming in this. It's from the Direct. That's where this article's from. It confirms that it's gonna suck, but they're getting back some of the people from the prequels, and so it's gonna be dumb. They say that Leia's story at this age is mostly a mystery, as the only time she's mentioned in canon. Which canon? Which canon are we talking about? Are we talking Disney canon, or are we talking EU canon? Because those aren't the same. The only time in canon is in Star Wars number 33. At 9 years old, when she was living in Alderaan's royal palace, she ran away for a week and hid in a forest. But other than that, her entire childhood is an open slate. Yeah, open slate. Just kind of like Lord of the Rings. Am I right, Amazon?
Amazon delivers, though, all the time. Amazon is really good at making films. Okay, Floral. I know that you have a bad attitude about these things, but they really do a good job. It's not like they've disappointed anybody with anything that they've done. Okay, so I think that you need to temper your expectations a little bit and realize that it's actually going to be fantastic.
So in other news, Robert Pattinson's Batman, or Matt Reeves' Batman, awesome. I don't know. It's gonna suck. I don't know if you know this, but looking at everything that's coming out about it, it's gonna be a dumpster fire. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good at all. I'm really just not impressed. Wilton, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that it's going to be wonderful, that Robert Pattinson's going to be the best vampire Batman ever, because vampires and bats, they just kind of go together, so it just totally makes sense to me. I don't know why it doesn't make sense to you that he wouldn't be doing a good job, but, Twilight Boy, Sparkle Boy,
Shut
Sparkle
up.
Pants.
All right. This Batman movie's not going to be good. It's not going to be a Batman movie at all. It's going to be a wannabe Batman movie. It doesn't look like Batman. The helmet looks dumb. The suit looks dumb. Yes, I see someone said on the Twitters that the Batsuit is the stuff of majesty. No, it's not. He says that it looks like it's from the grimy streets, wielded together and sewed together by a guy in a cave, and it actually looks that way, or whatever.
I love caves.
Here's the thing. Frickin' billionaire. Okay? He's a frickin' billionaire. So don't say that he's throwing this in the digi cave, blah, 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 blah. Batcave isn't dingy, unless you're watching a dumpster fire.
I like dumpster fires.
That Batmobile looks like trash, okay? It's a slight upgrade from Batgirl on the CW. Slight upgrade. Not a...
She knows exactly what she's doing. That's That's the best frickin' Batmobile ever. Okay.
Shut up, Wilton. Yeah, so not that great. It's gonna be dumb. Alright, so embrace the reality, embrace the truth. This movie's gonna suck. It's gonna be a dumpster fire. Coco, what do you got?
Today, I'm actually going to report to you a random fact. And so I think it's fun for us to have random facts because I like asking questions. I talk to kids all the time, and they have lots of questions, and so I also have questions, and so I think this all works together. So my random fact for today is that the world's smallest reptile was first reported in 2021. So when no one was walking around and looking at things, or in the jungle because they weren't allowed to travel, the smallest reptiles were found. And so here's what it actually says. Those who think that everything on the planet has already been discovered might just not be looking close enough. A tiny chameleon discovered in northern Madagascar and measuring just 28.9 millimeters is believed to be the smallest reptile on Earth. The itty-bitty chameleon was recently discovered and reported in the January issue of Scientific Reports. But there's one thing about these critters that's big for its size. It's junk. It's almost 20% of its body length.
And now we turn to Nelson, who's wanting to give you a recipe idea for something you could eat that would actually be good and delicious. Alright? And go, Nelson.
Hey, I'm so glad that you want to know what to cook today. And so what you're going to make is dragon eggs. And so what you need is to have chicken, bacon, thick sliced bacon. And you need to have cheeses. Oh, cheese. You need to have cream cheese and cheddar cheese and whatever other cheeses you want. And you need a jalapeno pepper and your spices of choice. And so, what you do is inside a bowl, you mix together your softened cream cheese and other cheeses. Oh, cheese, you make me so happy. And then, you stuff inside of the jalapeno pepper and the cheeses. Oh, and then, you get your chicken breast. Okay, so the chicken breast, and you smack it flat. And then you wrap with another layer of cheese, because you want more cheese, and your spices, you put your spices all over the chicken, okay? Put your spices all over the chicken, make it happy. And then you wrap the jalapeno with cheese and your chicken, wrap it around it, and then you put the bacon around the chicken, and you make it look like a big egg. And then, either inside your frying pan, but ideally on the barbecue, you cook it up until the internal temperature is cooked. It's like 160 degrees. And that is a dragon egg. And it's yummy. And the cheese, it comes out and it's so happy. Do you like my teeth?
And so thanks for joining us for today's news update. And we're going to try and do this again, getting back into the swing of things now that we can set ourselves up and do this well. So probably do like a weekly update on thoughts or whatever. But anyway, so that's the daily update there. So, yeah. All right, so stay out of trouble. And
don't join gangs.
Yeah.